Wow, you sure do love stories, huh? Well, lucky for you, I do as well. Oh, disabled? Please fetch our friend here a freshly warm blanket from the dryer as they listen to another round of scares. Now for our next tale. Sadly, the original author has been lost to time, and so has the original release date. But that will not stop us. Credit to whomever it is due. Now, let us begin as I tell you the story of Flash Caves. In every Pokemon game, there are dark caves that require the move Flash for you to be able to see inside them. However, have you ever tried getting through them without it? I discovered this trick on Pokemon Gold and have since tried it in every Pokemon game I own. It works on all of them, even previous generation red, blue, green, and yellow games. You must be in a dark cave or anywhere. You should use Flash. Walk around, fight Pokemon in the dark, bump into trainers, and just keep wandering in the dark because eventually you will find a ladder that is not on the map. Climb down. The screen will go black as you hear the going downstairs noise, but it will play 4 times as if you've just gone down 4 floors. A text box will appear on the black screen saying simply, "Where do you think you are?" The music is distorted for a few seconds and the screen goes glitchy. Sometimes you might hear a thud noise as if you walked into a wall, or a distorted Pokemon cry that sounds like a scream. Then you will be able to see in the older versions of the game, it will simply look like you found a brand new area that wasn't on the map. In the newer versions, however, you can tell something is wrong because everything is in black and white. You will be in a big empty room. The 4 walls have something written on them, usually your player name and the time, or the names of your Pokemon. You can walk through one of the walls. Which one depends on the game. If I remember rightly, it is the north wall in diamond and the left one in yellow, and so on. When you go through the wall, you will be back in the overworld outside the cave. The music will be slower and lower. In Pokemon Yellow, the Pikachu that follows you around is now the sprite of a ghost from Lavender Town. If you check your Pokemon, they will all be there. Same stats, same nickname, same moves, but all their icons are replaced by the ghost sprites. If you go into the grass, find wild Pokemon, they will almost immediately run away from you. Go back into the dark cave you came out of. This is now the only place you can fight wild Pokemon and other trainers, so long as you do not use Flash. I recently discovered that if you play the game just like this for long enough in that one dark cave, eventually you will see a trainer that looks like you, the main character icon. They stand out because they are in color when everything else is in black and white. However, if you try to talk to them, all that happens is that a box pops up saying, "Where do you think you are?" The screen goes black. You hear the distorted music thud or scream from before. Wow, that one was pretty cool. I really enjoyed how the story was framed as just a recalling of strange events where a guy just talks about a weird glitch he found. I find that concept way more interesting than just, I have a cursed copy of a video game I got at a random store. The more so, I found a secret and I want to talk about it and see if anyone else has saw the same thing. I find that idea way more interesting and way cooler. I had so much fun with this one. Now, this story reminded me a ton of the Creepypasta, as it has a lot of the similar themes with the ghost sprite, but also a bit of the backrooms too, with you basically having to stumble in dark caves till you basically no clip out of the game's reality into the glitch's reality, and then you gotta walk through walls like that. I find that really interesting. Though one thing I think I didn't really like was the Pokemon Yellow bit with the Pikachu that follows you becoming a ghost sprite, because why, yes, it does make sense for the story. It just broke my immersion a bit during my reading. However, one thing I am curious about, and honestly a little bit disappointed. While I was reading, I thought, what do you think would happen if you did this while in Wayward Cave while being accompanied by Mira in Generation 4? I feel if they took that spin, this helpless little girl who is relying on the player to escort her out of this dark, dangerous cavern full of these big and strong Pokemon, as you force her to come with you into this other world where she slowly gets broken and corrupted, would have made for such an interesting read than the author just talking about what happened to your Pikachu in Yellow, and maybe have a boss fight with her Kadabra. It would have been a really easy fight either way, because her Kadabra, I'm pretty sure, only has 2 attacking moves, and the other moves are just Flash and Kinesis. But food for thought. One more thing. I can see a possible inspiration for this story being from the infamous Generation 4 hole punch glitch, where if you move in a specific area while on your bike in the 4th gear, such as Jubilife City, you'll be moving so fast that you will cause the game to load 2 maps at once, allowing the player to gain the ability to break through the invisible wall and traverse the void freely. And after taking 65,536 steps, you'll gain access to an area named by fans Fake Sinnoh. And if you are doing this in Heart Gold or Soul Silver, access to Fake Johto or Fake Kanto. So I can see these fake regions as a source of inspiration. One more thing. I am curious how this would be done in a Generation 6 game, as Flash was heavily reworked in X and Y to firstly have the ability to lower encounter rates of Pokemon appearing. So it works as a poor man's Repel, which in the story, the Pokemon are stated to be frequently running away from you. So that worked out well. But the primary use of Flash in X and Y is to zoom out the camera, giving the player a better look at their surroundings. Terreno gives you the TM for Flash in Reflection Cave, meaning that's where you would most likely use it if you ever would. So maybe if you use Flash in a specific area, you can in the distance see an NPC walking in the void, and if you run into a wall over and over and over, eventually breaking through and follow behind them, that might be interesting. This actually has some evidence as well, not traveling into the void per se, but a mirror world. Thanks to the anime, during the XY saga, episode 836, Cave of Mirrors, we know Reflection Cave is, in fact, connected to another dimension where everything is reversed. So like, instead of being cool and confident, Ash is timid and a loser. And instead of me completely despising the man, I would be like Scott's best friend instead of his mortal enemy. And it's honestly a little disappointing. But this Reflection Cave is so interesting for narrative ideas, but this all means that Reflection Cave has so much potential for future stories that I really wish would be written. Also, very unrelated, but in my research for this video, I found this official artwork of Red having his coughing use Flash, and I love how smug coughing looks, and I love how just genuinely angry Red is at being blinded by coughing. All in all, I had a great time reading this one to you all today. This is definitely the second most satisfying tale I've had the honor of reading to you all. Though, as for the most satisfying, I think we will save that one for last, my friends. But trust me, it'll be quite the shocking story. That'll be all for today though, so thank you for watching, and of course, remember, Relicanth has been stated to never having the need to evolve within the past 100 million years. So this is what true peak performance looks like on a biological point of view. Bye!
Get that bitch a
TM34 Shockwave.
bitches love.
TM34 Shockwave.
Bitches love
TM34 Shockwave.